Hello and welcome, dear viewers, fellow casuals. You're watching Primetime Casual, and this is Distant Worlds 2. With me today are the inimitable and highly inefficient Commander Buur.
Hello!
And the galaxy's best paid camerawoman, Commander Rheeney.
Good evening. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Hey, did you join the chat? Hello, mate.
Hey, Tato Chip. Yeah,
How you
right.
doing, Tato?
Welcome, Hammerman, Tywin, and Tato. Wonderful. Nice to see you. Right, I'm still here, parked at waypoint 4. And I think today we'll make little headway towards waypoint 5. And I have set myself a goal. Once I stop tumbling.
I genuinely got worried then. When you went over that hill and there was a ship in the distance, I was so happy. Oh god, not again.
No.
What kind of planet is it? It's a beautiful planet.
It is a beautiful planet. It is a small icy moon.
Okay.
A moon of a moon, actually. A moon.
A moon.
Moon.
Just slightly outside the Lynn Tedget Nebula,
Oh,
Okay.
which is a wonderful place.
amazing. Right.
Rather disguises though. They look odd,
Yeah.
bastard.
I would like, actually, if we had a bit more time, I would go geyser jumping again. But we have lots of ground to cover.
We did a bit of that, didn't we? Did you actually drive? Sorry, I'm just asking Regis quickly because I know we've done a bit of geyser jumping, but I can't remember if she was driving or
No, you
okay.
I don't think I was playing, at least at that point.
All right.
Yeah, I was quite impressed at how high you could get.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I made about 8 kilometers on this one, which is quite nice for 0.3.
That's pretty good.
Okay, that's not bad. Yeah,
0.03, yeah.
I suspect your recoveries are a lot better than mine as well.
Probably. On my last jump, I had about 14% of damage.
Wow,
Oh,
okay.
Which
well, that's not bad.
isn't much, no.
I do a good plummet though. I can off plummet.
Yeah, that's plummeting. It's missing the ground. That's important. Right. So we're going round about here, which
Yeah.
is 2,000 light years, or about 33 jumps.
Okay, cool.
If I can. You know, it still annoys me that the pips reset for some reason when you dismiss the ship and recall it.
Ah, okay.
They,
So how are you liking your Distant Worlds 2 experience at the moment?
It's wonderful. I was really not sure how it would work out. You know, when I signed up, it was more of a spur of the moment.
Yep.
And when the actual launch date came closer and closer, I was kind of panicking and last minute engineering and outfitting and tweaking. And of course, we're still doing about between 4,000 and 6,000 light years per waypoint. And that's the direct route. For example, this one has about 4,500 light years from waypoint 4 to waypoint 5 if you go, directly. If you try to include all the optional waypoints, you're about 10,000 light years. So, yeah, you either have a lot of time on your hands, or you go to EDSM, look at all the stuff, and try to cherry pick the nicest places.
Oh,
which is what I'm doing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a shame. I just haven't got the time in my schedule for that. But I'd love to have the time in my schedule for that, but I haven't currently.
Yeah, I was thinking about that because it doesn't feel like that big of a time commitment. And if I wasn't filming so much and doing the video logs, I think I could probably go from waypoint to waypoint and scan. Oops, sorry. I'm not used to having this microphone in front of me. Scan a few planets and visit a couple of the optional waypoints, and I think it would be 3 or 4 evenings a week, and you could do it.
Okay.
So
It's the filming everything for logs. It really slows you down, doesn't it? Getting the screenshots
Yeah.
and the videos.
yeah, no, screenshots not so much, but filming.
Yeah.
And then you have to set
Very
aside
time-consuming.
another evening for cutting and editing and everything.
Yeah.
But I think I've got a lot of feedback, and I think the video logs are a nice thing. So
I really, honestly, mate, I really enjoy them. I really love your video logs. They're enormous. You've got one of those. You've got a real sort of calming radio voice about you. It's lovely. It is. At the end of a rotten day at work, you just sit there and slap a bit of, and just sit there and go, ah.
Yeah.
Who is it who said the that could melt chocolate?
Yeah.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I have to say I like putting the two together because Lord Tyvin obviously does his log, and then you've got the video log, and just putting the two together, I like seeing both. It gives you
I think there are a few
round picture of what you're going through.
Yeah, I think there are a few people who are doing text logs, text and screenshot logs. Video logs, well, they are more time intensive. So
yeah.
Yes, Tato. People heading back to the bubble for a visit. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. Especially with these distant worlds exploration ships with a long jump range.
Oh my word, it's still an awful commitment of time though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something like that, even if you've got really long jump range on your ship, it's still a huge amount of jumps.
It is. Yeah, it depends on how much you actually want to scan and map the system.
I was going to say, actually, what's your? Have you got a process for when you're flying off stream? So are you? I suppose my question is, how much are you using the FSS scanner?
What? A lot.
Okay.
What I'm usually doing. Sorry, I'm already drinking tea all the time and still have a. Yeah. What I'm doing most of the time is, I actually have ED Discovery running, which helps. But usually I honk, like this, 33 bodies, and throttle down, go to the FSS, and then I just have a look. Are there, in this case, very nice, I have a water world. There you are.
Okay, so you're just looking in the spectrum just to sort of see if there's anything in the right zone that's worth stopping for, and
most of the time. It's easy with Earth-likes and water worlds and ammonia worlds, because they really stand out. With high metal content worlds, it's a bit more difficult because sometimes the spectrum overlaps with the rocky or metallic.
Okay.
And then you really have to see, are they in the Goldilocks zone? Are they terraformable? And that's where ED Discovery comes in, because immediately after just the FSS scan, it shows, is this a terraforming candidate or not? So you can then you can go and map it, which of course increases the value again.
Yeah.
It's a bit cherry picking, and in smaller systems, I scan all planets, at least with the FSS. And sometimes, if I have a really large system like 70 or 80 planets, I do it as kind of a challenge to see how fast I can actually scan the system.
Yeah.
So yeah.
In my case, not very fast at all. The FFS is something I've not. I don't want to say I've not gotten to grips with it, because I do know how to use it, but I haven't done enough of it to be really quick yet.
Yeah.
But that is sort of something I need to spend a bit of time with. But time is not on my side.
Yeah, I think my record is currently about 8 minutes for 70 planets.
Right. Okay. Wow.
Gosh.
Okay.
That's really just, tune the spectrum, zoom in, zoom out. I'm not waiting for any POIs to resolve or anything. I'm just getting the planet.
Frameshift drive charging.
Just bagging it and go.
Yeah. Drive.
Tato chip. Sorry, go on, mate.
Yeah, drive-by exploring. So.
Right, yeah. I was going to say Tato Chip had a bit. I don't know if you saw his tweet today, but he had a bit of a bad experience. Do we call it a bad experience?
Interesting experience.
An interesting experience with a Tato. Confirmed for me, was if you're there, it was a high. Was it a high melt? It gave you a bit of a the word I'm looking for.
Scare?
Horror. A bit of
Creep
a horror
out?
moment, I suppose,
Yeah. By the way, in chat, how are our voices? Are the sound levels okay?
Fuel scooping.
You dropped out then, mate.
So you dropped out at this side.
You dropped out. I dropped out. Is Discord?
Yeah.
Disengaged.
Sound levels are good.
Oh, there you go.
Well, Discord is acting up a bit today. I had problems even joining voicecom. It's
Frame shift
no,
drive charging.
when Elite goes well from the netcode, we have Discord problems. Sad.
Yeah,
Yes.
We
of
can-
course.
we
Of
can
course, you can't
choose.
have it-
We can
You
choose.
can't have it both ways, yeah.
No.
So what Tato found today, is that on every one of those? So if you go and scan the same, a similar kind of planet, you get voice whispering at you. I really want to hear it.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not crazy keen about hearing it. Every high metal content world, okay. And have you got to ramp the sound up particularly high? Is there any chance you can find a high metal content world on the way while you're doing this?
Might
No
be.
pressure.
Okay, geological feet.
Okay.
Okay. It was a bit.
Have you heard
creepy.
this one before, Prime?
Well,
What?
it freaked Tato out, that's for sure.
Yeah, geological. Basically everything on the FSS has its own sound and planets as well. And
But yeah,
Um,
that I'm aware of. But
This one talks
specifically
to you.
about is it
Frame
it,
shift
it
drive
sounds like it's
charging.
whispering. It's actually saying something. I think
no,
it's
I haven't
actually
had
saying,
that
Can
one.
you hear me? Yeah.
That. Oh, I have to listen more closely. The sound that neutron stars make is wonderful. It's like this,
I've not heard that.
like waves of the ocean breaking against the shore or something. It's perfect.
Doing. No pressure. Go on.
Yeah. And we do have Discord is very oh well. I'll just put you there. I'm sorting out Discord on this monitor
Scooping.
while trying to fuel scoop. It's perfect. Nothing can possibly go wrong with that.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be fine.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Absolutely. fine.
Disengaged.
fine. Yeah, Tato went flying across the room and ripped his headphones off.
Yeah, I can imagine. I had this with other games, not with Elite yet,
Okay.
I think.
Frame shift drive charging.
So yeah,
Have
There's
you
one.
been to any? Are there any sort of I suppose sort of the larger gatherings of distant worlds, like the big sort of player-driven events. Have you been to any of those?
not really.
No.
I'm more of a small group kind of player,
Yep.
but
Yeah.
near the waypoints I always check into system chat and see what's going on and chat a bit, which is
Okay.
quite nice. It's a lot going on.
Yeah.
then.
Ooh.
You suddenly
So is there-
realize.
is-
You
I
suddenly
was just gonna
realize.
say,
Yeah.
is there a meetup every week?
Yes.
Right, at each the waypoint.
Yeah, and especially for the people who are there early, they always publish like ideas for what you can do and where you can go and events going on.
Right.
So you have, can spend your time there.
Yeah.
This is such a this kind of it's weird, isn't it? This I suppose this would be one of the wrong sort of player I want to say might well step forward and go, this is a problem with Elite that players have to find their own entertainment. But I'd argue no, that's the
No,
point.
it's the point. Yeah, it's a sandbox.
That's what. Yeah, Elite is. Yeah, and it's the sandiest sandbox of all.
It's the biggest one.
You know,
that's for
Yeah.
a lot of games.
Can't-
You know, Assassin's Creed will step forward and go, "Yeah, me too. I'm a sandbox." Yeah, you are, but you're not. You know,
No,
there's
because it
still
has a
quite lot of
story. It
nose
has a
dragging
very
that goes on.
yeah. The story is very driving you along. Taylor, I'm currently in solo, mainly for
Complete.
performance reasons, really. So yeah. But system chat in at these waypoints makes you realize just how many people actually play Elite. It's
Oh right,
Amazing,
okay, yeah,
yeah,
of course,
'cause-
yeah, because that was new with 3.3, wasn't it?
yeah,
Right.
it's new, and don't know if you knew, but system chat actually not only goes across instances, but also across play modes, game modes. So we have solo players, private group players, and open players all
Okay.
chatting together.
Oh
I
wow,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. no.
so it's really, really crowded at the waypoints.
Wow. Oh, wouldn't it be nice if it went across platforms as well? I wish you could get us
Yeah,
on
that
the
would
same
be nice.
platform. Oh.
Well, I don't think it's a Frontier problem. I think it's
No,
Sony and
no.
Microsoft.
Yeah, I agree, absolutely. They both like their walled gardens, don't they?
Yeah. So,
Fuel scooping.
speaking of 3.3 and ways to play the game,
Uh-oh.
I think no,
Scooping complete.
I think what Distant Worlds really brought out in Elite was multi-crew. and the whole space tourist thing.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, Rheeney, you probably can speak for it the most, because that's the way you play the game. You jump into multi-crew and take beautiful pictures.
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't like flying. Just put me in multi-crew happily. I wish it was a little bit more efficient and a little bit less buggy, I suppose. Without wanting to complain about
Definitely.
it. Yeah, it's always a bit hit and miss, but once you are in, it's just the best thing to be able to come in and actually be able to do that and have a different play style that perhaps Frontier didn't particularly aim the game at, but it's a facility that you know that's in there.
There's a lot we players do that Frontier didn't expect or anticipate.
Yeah,
a lot.
Yeah,
to
like
be honest.
drive around moon, stuff like that.
Like, you know, breaking the physics engine by speedballing. Or shooting SLVs into orbit, as other people have done. It's
I suppose I'm kind of hoping as well that maybe with the distant worlds, because to me it feels like it's generated more interest in multi-crew. I mean, there's all the Discord that's set up to get multi-crew players in. That maybe Frontier might listen a little bit more and perhaps think about the extra.
just
like the SRV, some of the things that you can't do if you're into it. You know, if certain things that we currently can't do in multi-crew restrictions. It'd be nice if they, which to me look like quite easy. They're quite easy to solve some of those problems.
It would seem like that. Yeah.
It would be nice to see it progress a little bit on the back of Distant Worlds. That would just be a really nice.
I don't actually know how many other people are using multi-crew to join Distant Worlds. But if you've seen the pictures that Rheeney makes from multi-crew, it's so worth it. So if you're not going on Distant Worlds yourself, find someone who is on Distant Worlds and join multi-crew.
Yeah,
I can only recommend.
Well, they've got the whole Discord channel set up for it. There's a whole.
I mean, they even have a find multi-crew, of course. I probably won't find multi-crew if I'm in solo, will I? They even have added this category of Distant Worlds to the drop down.
Yeah.
So they are aware of it.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, but it's been great. It's been great for you, isn't it? Because you're not really you do fly, but you wouldn't really consider yourself to be much of a pilot, Rhee.
No.
And it's
no,
for
that's
you,
being polite. No.
It's you know, I was trying to be diplomatic. Yeah, rubbish. No, you're not.
Yeah.
But no, it's allowed you to kind of to see an entire side of the game that you know perhaps. Because this is because you and I kind of we fly together, if you see what I mean. I'm the pilot and you're sort of you're sitting there with a camera stuck to the window.
The taxi.
I was going to say it's a polite word for taxi, but no, we didn't.
Yeah. But it's been nice because I've been able to sort of sit out and you've just had your own kind of game experience all to yourself, like nipping in with Tives and Prime and Venom, and just been off gallivanting around the galaxy, frankly, without me.
Wow. Yeah,
I believe there are other seats available. I could actually go in another one of those seats, but no, it's okay. Everybody's busy, so it's fine.
I like the fact that also perhaps it gives people a chance to see the game from an angle, because you guys are so busy just flying all the time. It's nice to be able to offer a different perspective on the game, and I think that's
precisely.
a really nice thing. And it's
hey,
so
Cara,
beautiful.
how you doing?
And that's what Hammerman actually is a good point. It not only is fascinating for the for the commander joining in multi-crew, but also for the host of the ship. It takes away a bit of the boredom and the solitude.
Yeah.
And welcome to the stream, Karaya. 07.
Hello, Aggregate. How you doing?
Oh,
mate?
chip. Yeah. Now we got 2 chips again.
Fuel scooping.
Hey.
Greetings
That's
from
enough for a packet.
Greetings from Swabia. Ooh, very nice. We have 1, 2, Tyven, Karaya, and sort of me from Swabia. Perfect.
A chipception. I can't say that. Chipset.
Chipset. That's a chipset. That's quite good, actually. If you get Tato and Aggregate together, it becomes a chipset.
Wonderful.
Also, Tato says that you can hang with him anytime, Buur, so there you go. You got a seat.
Nice, isn't it?
Just do random multi-crew. I don't know. I like to fly with people I know.
Thanks, Tato. Tato's being enormously tolerant there, actually, because the last time I multi-crewed with Tato, I destroyed every ship he had, I think. He had some brand new Guardian fighters. I soon saw to that, let me tell you. Yeah, Oh yeah. In my defence, he was launching from cannon ship. My brain's gone blank.
Cannon ship.
The cannon.
Oh, the
cannon
Gnosis.
Gnosis.
The
Thank you.
Gnosis.
Yeah,
The
he was
Gnosis,
launching.
non-event Gnosis.
Yeah, he was launching from the Gnosis where it was completely surrounded by Thargoids.
That's
But
right,
yeah,
that's
nonetheless, I did my. And also, the multi-crew messed up a little bit at one point, and I ended up in his lap, which was awkward.
Yeah, you got to know Tato quite well.
Yeah, he got to know me very well. Yeah. Wow, look at that.
Yeah,
I love
just
the
thought,
binary
you know,
pairs like that. It's amazing.
It's a trinary.
Oh, it's a trinary system. Oh, my
wow.
word.
Nice.
Oh, brilliant. You know what I'd like to see there, and I don't doubt it would be an enormous technical challenge, and whether they'll ever get around to it, I don't know, but it would nice to see a sort of a bit of matter exchange, you know, where one star is spinning off the other one.
I think that's coming. I think
Do you reckon?
they tried something like this volumetric stuff with the Lagrange clouds. And
Okay.
since that works very well, they could easily expand the system to others.
Okay.
That's the reason I think that probably gas giants are very high on their list.
Okay.
Probably more matter exchange between binaries, or accretion disks with black holes, stuff like that.
Okay. Oh wow, wouldn't that be incredible? Oh hello.
Oh.
Chip, I have no idea what you're talking about. I would never, destroy Guardian fighters by flying or endanger the mothership. Or,
The very thought that you need to do something like last weekend. I'm sorry, just clear it.
Frame shift drive supercharged.
Difficult. See?
Very difficult
Very
German man.
It's not bad science, Hammerman. It's just some inaccuracies, probably caused by the underlying graphics and physics engine. And I mean, it's not a universe sandbox, just simulating. They also have to fit in gameplay for all the different people, and that's hard to do. Yeah, they tear each other apart. But
Frame shift drive
from what
charging.
I gather, it's hard to fix now, because that would require changing the Stellar Forge, and that could potentially change a whole lot of other systems as well around that.
Literally
So
millions.
4.
Yeah, I think like Elite is enough of a good compromise where it has to compromise. You know, it's a nice. I've always enjoyed simulators that were not too far on the gaming side, but not too far on the study sim side either. There's a nice, comfortable line in the middle, and I think for me personally, I think Elite does that really well.
Elite has a very, very nice way of towing the line between realism and gameplay.
Yeah.
Chip, meaning of the word easy. Yeah, boring.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Well, Karaya could always argue that it's just they are so close to each other, too close, and they are tearing each other apart. It's just not visualized in the game.
Yeah.
I think that's one way to rationalize it.
Frame shift drive
Right.
charging.
Halfway there.
Wow.
And since we now have 3 Swabians and Germans in chat, I think after the next jump it's time for a little burpit challenge.
Oh no, he's gonna torment me. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Well, both of you. This is a you can discuss and vote.
Can we come?
We know how
is
British
there
votes
phone-
end, but you can vote.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, can we phone a friend?
Friend.
As long as friend isn't Google.
Yeah. No. Let me Google. I'm not gonna cheat.
System scan
Let me just
Yes.
scoop. So we have the dangerous part out of the way, and maybe a bit quiet from the game sound.
I have to say, Rhee is extremely competitive. Extremely.
All right.
I'm gonna win.
You can have this
Competitive.
as competition. You can both say
Oh,
your.
no,
Oh, that's
God,
good.
no.
No, you got it.
There
you
is
got it.
actually, in order to sort of stop a little bit of sound bleed over, there is actually a screen. We're sitting next to each other, but there is actually a massive screen in between us at the moment, so I can't see what she's up to. So if she's suddenly really good at German,
Ah,
and there's lots of furious typing going on, it's not me.
all right. Also, if we hear something topple over and hit you in the head, then we also know what's going on.
That is me. That is me. Yes.
I have a couple of little pieces of paper. I actually.
Oh, he's been planning for it.
I've been
my
planning.
God.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Because we've seen this little video clip where Christoph Waltz asked Jimmy Fallon the meaning of a couple of German words, and I found the idea so hilarious because we have a German to British ratio of about 1:1. In our pulpit.
Yeah, absolutely. My cardboard wall. My cardboard. Don't you knock my cardboard wall? It's good. It's high tech and it works. Well, it's not, but it does work.
Simple solutions are sometimes the best. See my highly expensive wall of fabric. So I'm going to give you a German word, and you have a choice of two meanings. What it means.
Okay.
Oh, God.
The first one, and try to keep a straight face. Karaya and Tywin, you'll probably find it increasingly funny. The first one would be, attention, Morgengrauen. Is this Morgengrauen? A, the feeling of dread that comes from getting up early after a long night out? Or B, sunrise?
Oh.
Right, it's morning something, Morgan. This is Guten Morgen. Am I right there? Is that right?
That's true.
Might be Morgengrauen.
Morgen.
It's got to be the dread of getting up in the morning.
Hang on.
Oh,
Just
what?
hang on.
That's my answer.
Christ, we're answering as a team. See what I mean? Just see what I mean? She's practically climbing the wall.
No.
Yeah.
Are we answering? Are we not coming
you have
together
your
for a joint answer and then sharing it? What?
No.
Okay, I'm going for. It sounds a bit growly, so I'm going with the dread one.
Okay, that's your answer. Rheeney, you're going with.
Yeah, I'm going. I was going to say, if you cut out when you give the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going with the morning dread, dreading of getting up in the morning.
Well, you're both wrong. Morgengrauen is sunrise.
Ow.
This is rubbish. All right, try me another one. Come on. Best of 50.
Hammerman. Yes, I'm doing it. Greatest Hellonium. I've kind of appropriated the Dutch challenge to a German challenge, if you're watching. Right. So next time, this is easy. It's an English word. You should know it.
Hello, great.
What? Dusk? Morgengrauen. Dusk is sunset. You have no idea. Come on,
Yeah, dusk is sunrise or sunset, isn't it?
Bayerische sonst was. Right. So now we have a simple word. Handy. Is this handy? Like
handy.
It's handy. Yeah, that's an English word. Is this
handy.
A something not entirely safe for work, or B, a mobile phone?
Oh.
Something not entirely safe for work, as in a little bit dodgy to look at.
As in a little bit
risque, we would probably say.
Yeah, probably.
Handy. I'm going to go for phone.
All right.
Oh.
What are you going for, Burr? Come on, bring it on.
See what I mean? My life's awful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for A. I'm gonna go for risque.
Well, this is 1 point for Rheeney. It's a mobile phone.
Woohoo!
God.
Don't ask me how this came to be.
Handy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be hearing this all day tomorrow. All day I'm gonna be hearing that.
Have you got your handy, Burr? Have you got your handy?
So it's just a mobile phone. So is it a slang? Here we go. Is it a slang word for a mobile phone?
Not really. No. Everybody in German.
But you know what we can do in English then? So you can say, "Have you got your handy?"
Yeah,
that works.
It might come from that. I've no idea. I think it's Swabian from a Handy Keuschnur. But all right.
I thought you'd have like a really, mobile phone. I thought that would be like, I don't know, a Sprackenvoikel boxen or something.
Smartphone is actually kind of the new word for it. Right, so now we have the last and final one, and especially Karaya and Tywin find this hilarious. Herrgottsscheißerle.
What?
Herrgottsscheißerle. Is this A dish created by Protestant monks to cheat God? Or B, someone who only pretends to go to church but doesn't pray, does not do confession, and does not donate?
Say the word again.
Herrgottspreisele.
Oh, definitely the second one. He should be cast in hell and damnation forever.
I'm gonna go with the second one. Yeah.
Right. Well, no, it's a dish.
Oh,
Created by Protestant monks in Catholic Swabia so they could eat meat on a Friday, which is traditionally a non-meat day. So they wrap the meat in little pieces of pasta, essentially. It's kind of ravioli a bit.
Ravioli.
It's kind of, yeah. It's and the other name for it, Maultaschen, or Maultäschle, as greatest said, is actually coming from, because it was invented in the cloister, the monastery Maulbronn. So, Maultäschle, Herrgottspreisele. Right, this concludes this week's German challenge with a disappointing overall.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's on now, mate. It's on now.
1-0 for Rheeney.
Bring it.
What?
Tato, did you ever?
I don't know what the. I didn't do I didn't get anything, did I?
No.
Oh God!
Rubbish
Right,
game.
Chip, the articles. Right. So, let's go back. Is Morgengrauen female, male, or neutral?
Do you want me to Google it?
No.
No.
Guess.
It's female.
It's masculine.
No, it's neutral, obviously.
Oh, I thought sitting there thinking, I bet she's going to get it right. Neither of us got that one right either. Oh,
So,
this is really hard.
yeah. Handy.
Handy.
Yeah. Female, male, neutral.
Handy.
Masculine.
Handy. Yeah, but it'd be masculine because it's.
No,
like-
it's neutral. It's a thing, obviously.
Goodness, do you even have masculine and feminine in German?
Yeah, Hammerman saying major Buur bashing going on. Damn, honestly, mate, stick around. This
So, this is
every day of my life.
What? Watch it. This is going to be interesting. Herrgottspreisele. Female, male, or neutral? Herrgottspreisele.
Oh, that was the dish.
Yeah.
Right, that is
Female.
male. That is absolutely masculine.
Ty won't have to back me up, but I would say it's neutral.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
And the other word for it, Maultasche.
Fuel scooping.
The same dish,
System
same
scan
thing.
complete.
That just sounds like a mouldy moustache.
Masculine.
Masculine in that case.
No, female.
Oh, God.
What did you...
He's just making it up now, isn't he? He's just making stuff up. I bet these are all made up words. He's in cahoots with the other ones.
Oh, we're so getting you back for this
Right.
one.
Oh, I hope so.
Drive charging.
Oh, no.
Right. Let's get on with that. After thoroughly
The problem is
embarrassing
we're
the
going to
English.
really struggle if we do this back because his
English is really good.
absolutely superb. Let's just
Well.
make stuff up when we do it. We'll just make
We'll
it
just
up.
make it up. It'd be funny, won't it?
The greatest, Tywin. Wonderful. See, I've got witnesses and proof.
Excellent. Now you think you're bloody clever, don't you?
Yeah. Tywin, yes, please. So, butter. Right?
Butter.
You know, butter, which is Butter in German. And, you know,
Okay, I can do
really
that.
easy. Is it female, male, or neutral?
Neutral. Because you're just lying. German hasn't got masculine and feminine.
Male.
Well, it actually depends on who you ask.
Oh,
In parts of Germany, it is female Butter, die Butter, and in parts of Germany, it's der Butter. It's worse with Nutella, which can actually be all three, depending on who you ask with.
Wow.
Frame shift
Yeah, well, that's
drive
Nutella, isn't it?
charging.
I mean, say no more.
Ich trinke, du bezahlst. Taylor? Hang on to that. Spelled almost correctly. Well, that's okay.
Drink the bottle.
I drink, you pay.
One. Engage.
No, Karai, der Butter is definitely wrong. I'm sorry. It's die Butter. But like I said, it's totally depending on who you ask.
See? They say English is complicated.
I just honestly, I was just going through them, going. I haven't got honestly. I mean, a couple of them. I thought, well, that sounds a bit male. So I was, so I thought, well, if I just go male on the ones I'm not sure about, I'm gonna, one of them's gonna be not a single one.
No, well, I was trying to apply the rules that I learned from living in France. It didn't work. So that
Oh, he
didn't work.
makes me angry.
Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished.
Dread difficult man.
We shall be working on round 2.
Absolutely.
I don't want to come on his stream again.
But well, 1 stream per month. You can, buy a dictionary, something.
Wow. What a shame you haven't crashed into a star yet. That is a shame.
It was very close on this last one because it was very large and very hot.
Oh dear.
Duolingo.
Fuel scooping. System scan
Yeah.
complete.
Are you going to give us any spoilers on what it is you're heading towards? Are we allowed to know, or is that a surprise?
You were able to
So
see.
I wasn't got a clue.
You were able to see it very briefly when I showed the galaxy map. But
Yeah, I think you're
zoomed out.
overestimating my powers of observation.
Yeah.
Brian, honestly.
I zoomed out very quickly. But yeah,
Okay.
if I
We
read
must be getting close
if I
now, aren't we?
if I read EDSM correctly, it's a very interesting and very dangerous place. 10 jumps.
Okay.
That's
Um,
simple.
A bit like where I used to live in South London.
1. Engage.
What? Yeah.
Interesting and dangerous. All right.
Soifele. Soifele is actually very nice. I didn't know it before I moved to Franconia, but it's wonderful. Soifele with close. Mid close.
A what?
I'm mixing languages now. It's not good.
Fuel scooping.
Chauffeur with claws.
Precisely. Soifele is a bit like Schweinshaxen, but different.
Yeah, like we know what
he saying?
like we know what that is.
What's he
He's talking about fish and chips, isn't he?
Spingle Bangle's a bit like Flum Fum Fum Fum. Is it? Well, I don't know what any of those things are.
Well, obviously, you have to finally get your behinds into gear, hop on a plane, and come here.
Someone in chat tell me they're suffering as much as I am. 'Cause this is honestly. Surely there's laws against this.
They're not, because
This is why we're leaving Europe. That's what this
Yeah.
is. This is why.
they're not suffering because they're all Schwabian and Tado speaks German, so
Yeah.
we're in the minority here.
Yeah, absolutely. Hammerman, I think you could open Galmap in multi-crew, but they are not in multi-crew.
We're not in multi-crew.
They're not in multi-crew. That would have been too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could
Right.
really cheesy.
So to get this slightly more distant worlds focus again. After waypoint 5, and I just want to point this out, waypoint 5 is
Fuel scooping complete.
somewhere. Oh god,
Oh, quick,
Around-
look at the map.
What? Oh,
around here. And
okay.
Colonia is just over there, like 4,000 light years away. So
Oh god, that's not far at all.
it's not far at all, really. And if you're in Colonia and want to join Distant Worlds 2, now's your chance. Just a quick hop away, and you can join in the fun.
Yeah, you still got a few days. I mean, is it 17th it closes for
That's
good?
17th,
I
wasn't
think is that right?
Yeah, I mean the official, I think official applications, yes, but
You can still track
it's,
down.
the forum thread is public. You can just go along.
4.
Yeah.
No one's gonna say, you didn't sign up, you can't go.
No, you're coming. Yeah.
Just come. Yeah, maybe just join us for the way from Colonia to the core, and then head off again your own way. I think you could. That's a
So
nice
it-
thing.
I'm allowed to ask the stupid question because I don't
Yeah.
fly. So is Colonia like the last sort of significant point before you head out to sort of nothingness?
Yes, basically, because up until now we've been flying along this line of outposts, which are spaced about every couple of thousand light years between Seoul and Colonia. And now we're turning off the highway, so to speak.
Right. Okay.
There'll be, I don't know if it's gonna be already there when we reach the core, but at the core there's going to be a new station, and after that it's just the black, the void. So
Wow. Okay.
I need to
It's
be
the-
more careful with my SRVs then.
2. One. Engage.
That's not in your nature, really, is it?
No.
Because you're going to struggle with that if I'm being brutally honest.
And I only have
Yeah.
the 2. It's not enough. Not
Is
enough.
there
Yeah.
still interesting stuff to see?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I was going to say it's the.
Everybody keeps on saying, you know, into the black. You go, well, is it all black?
No,
No.
no, it's
Is it
exactly,
there?
it's exactly the same as.
Scan complete.
Say exactly the same, but you know what I mean. It's all stellar phenomena and
Okay.
and
Yeah.
you know
Fuel
noble
scooping
gases and planets and rocks
Okay.
and all that kind of nonsense.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah, but there's no service station, so it's the
Right.
furthest north you can go and still get a decent cup of tea.
Yeah.
In that
Fine.
regard, it's a lot like
Frame
Leeds.
shift
Yeah, I get
drive
that.
Charging.
Okay. Before you head off for Scotland.
Yeah. Speaking of, you've both seen lots of pictures from distant worlds. I mean, Rheeney, you've been in multi-crew and filming with Tyven and with me. What sort of
4.
would you say was so far the most interesting and most spectacular pictures you got from distant worlds? Because
Or can I say first?
yeah,
Yeah.
please.
I'm going to get the name wrong, so throw rocks at my head by every stretch of the imagination, please. Is it the Collection of Wonders?
Yeah.
I suppose for me, if I can go off track from your question slightly, Venom, you know, our boy was in.
Fuel scooping
He was in the Collection of Wonder system. Was it yesterday, darling? Or the day before? And he was. There's a neutron star, I think, or a white dwarf that has a ring around it, at least one anyway. And he was above the ring,
Frame shift
and
drive charging.
but the ring was like a washing machine. It was going. If you haven't seen it,
Very quickly, yeah.
dear
yeah.
people listening to my voice, it is honestly like a CD or a record player. If I can use a really old, all these people go, "What's a record player?" It's like looking at a washing machine full of rocks. It's going that fast.
Well, at least you said record player, not gramophone.
Yeah, gramophone. Yeah, it's
He's almost
honest-
old enough.
yeah, thank you. It's extraordinary. I didn't know things like that existed in the game, and to see, I thought it was broken when I first saw it, but in actual fact,
System scan
it's
complete.
based because the star is so
System scan
madly
complete.
spinning
Yeah.
as well. It's just being
Yeah.
dragged along, and it's incredible.
Fuel scooping
That
complete.
that I think for me was a real highlight.
Yeah.
All right.
I liked going off to, was it the Black Treasure? The Black
Mhm.
hole?
Frame
Yeah.
shift
Yeah, amazing
drive
place.
charging.
I could, yeah, black hole. I just have a real fascination with the black holes. I just think whatever it is, you know, the physics and the animation on them are just so clever.
The visuals are breathtaking.
And I think also it's the one thing when I'm out the ship that the third-person camera affects the black hole.
Mm.
So the visual effects you can get off them are just stunning.
Yeah, so what
Absolutely
the-
stunning.
what
lighting.
In your case, what the pilot was seeing, you were then switching out into third-person camera, weren't you,
Yeah.
and swinging your camera around, and it was changing the view again and again and again. It was, yeah, incredible, absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I think the
And it was
combination
fun
of
hearing Tyven scream. Sorry, I just had to add that on.
he doesn't like black holes. Tyven, you don't like black holes,
He's
do
not
you?
keen, is he? No.
He's not keen.
Fuel scooping complete.
I think it was really funny as well with Venom as well. He was he was okay with the black hole, really, wasn't he? But when he got close to a neutron star,
Yeah.
I mean, he'll throw himself at just about anything in a video game, won't he? But the neutron star, he did not want to get
No,
close to it.
he
I
was
can understand.
really unhappy
The
about
thing
it.
is, and that's a bit strange about the leap because black holes are really safe places. You
Yeah.
can't get to a point where you can't get out or get sucked in or anything or break up or burn up. Yeah, white dwarfs. White dwarfs are out to kill.
Yeah,
Very sorry.
well,
White
yeah,
dwarfs are out to kill
why?
you.
Yeah.
So black holes are very safe essentially, and neutron stars and white
System
dwarfs even
scan
more so
complete.
are not, because if you drop out just in the exclusion zone, it's sort of okay. You can get away. But if you for some reason hit the exclusion zone while inside the cone,
Yeah,
you're basically
Yeah.
dead. There's,
yeah. Good night, Vienna. Yeah, that
Yeah.
happened to me. Yeah.
I mean,
Frame shift
you have a
drive
chance if
charging.
you get the FSD charged quickly enough and for somehow point your ship in the right direction. Then you can get out, but that's really the only way.
Yeah. There is a
And
chance, but it's quite low, isn't it?
The modules get damaged so quickly.
One.
Um, you have about 2 or 3 minutes at most, and then you're just dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
20 solar masses. Diamond, you're man or mouse? Really?
Mouse when it comes to
Mouse.
black holes. That's okay. It's fine.
Fuel scooping. System
Yeah,
scan.
it's an irony of Elite, isn't it? I've crashed into loads of black holes and it's never been a real problem, really.
Yes, Sada, it's time enough for a high wake. If your FSD isn't malfunctioning, which,
Fuel scoop.
depending on your state of ship, could be, it's getting damaged constantly and you're getting thrown around constantly. So you have to somehow hit a FSD target in front of you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all the heat sinks, again, depends. Do you have them? Do you still have them? Right, this is going to be interesting.
Drive charging.
Is
Diamond?
this the jump?
This is the jump.
Was
Okay.
this the jump? Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
Exciting.
braced.
Braced.
4, 3,
I'm still sitting there. I'm still
I'm,
shocked how much.
I'm actually throttling down for this one.
Okay.
Wait for it. Ooh, the anticipation.
Anticipation.
Oh! Oh! Oh, wow.
Okay,
what
now
were
we-
you saying?
Now I wish I was in multi-crew.
Oh, wow.
I think I might hang around for a bit.
Gosh.
And the thing is, tell you something. I didn't want to go here. I wanted to go to another place, I think.
Is that German
This is
efficiency slipping?
highly
Is
efficient.
that
Highly
what I
efficient.
hear
I
there?
wanted. This is the crux. Okay, we have a bit of time. We'll do something.
He's
I
trying
wanted to go.
out-incompetence me, isn't he?
Yeah, you set the bar very high. I want.
Low. Very low.
Jesus.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
I wanted to go to the Joe Eller's flares, which has a black hole and 2 or 3 neutron stars within 10 light seconds around it.
Oh, wow. No
Gosh.
way.
Wow.
Oh, tell me we've got time.
It's not that much. It's 1,000 light years.
That's quite a long way.
It's quite a long way. Give me a second. Nah, 17 jumps. But I'll multi-crew you in and have a video.
Okay. That sounds like a plan.
When we have about 10 minutes, might be able to head towards the crooks.
Wow.
Whatever.
Because the crux has a trinary neutron star, more
Oh,
or
my
less,
word.
or a binary neutron star with a third one very close by,
Yeah, yeah.
and they form a very interesting kind of formation. It's just 180,000 light seconds, so we'll be in super cruise for about
We'll be
10
for a
minutes.
while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
10
yes.
minutes.
That's all right. That's all right.
This would have been the time to do the German challenge. Oh well.
Do we have any idea whether the likelihood of going back to the realism thing again, but the likelihood of
Yeah.
systems like this actually existing?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I just take it for
I
granted.
believe that they've got to, haven't they? I mean, surely the sheer quantity of stars in the galaxy. is-
Hey, Andrew. Andrew is
fucking
here.
loads.
Wonderful.
Hey,
Um,
hi Andrew.
Good morning.
Hey, Andrew.
Good morning.
What are we on? Yeah, morning. Morning.
How will we embarrass Burr for 10 whole minutes? Well, we could
I don't
have
think
him.
Hammerman's on your side, Burr. I get this
No.
feeling he's not
There's
on your
definitely an
side.
edge there, isn't there? Don't you think? Don't you think?
We could try talking
Give him some
about
more.
talking
honestly.
astrophysics, but I'll embarrass myself as well. So, I think actually Elite has a very solid foundation to the physics.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, German grandmother.
There you go.
Wonderful.
Oh, good.
You really don't have any British people except Sanderling on your Discord, do you?
Yeah, okay, don't rub it in.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't think.
We've got Andrew. Andrew's.
You've got
yeah,
Andrew.
Andrew's- Andrew's an export.
Yeah, we exported him.
You exported him, all right? No, you shipped him away on a prison ship to Australia, and then he moved to or something
New
like that.
Zealand.
Yeah. England stands alone. You could get some more Irish people there. Right. No, I think Elite has a very solid foundation in science and astrophysics and stuff. It's just a limitation of the game engine, and of course they can't just. We don't precisely know everything that is out there, so they have to make assumptions, and they have this rather good procedural generation system.
Yeah.
I mean, I think TRAPPIST-1 was kind of simulated already, and they just had to do
they were
little
close to that,
changes.
weren't they? Yeah.
And I think it happened before in one of the earlier Elite games. They predicted some kind of stellar combination or formation, and years later they actually found it.
If I can mention Meteran Hollow without you breaking out in a cold sweat, I know that's a bug in the game, by the way. I wonder if have you ever asked, or do you know if anybody has ever asked Frontier at what point they knew about Meteran Hollow? And let's be careful with our conversation here, because we don't want to spoil anything for Rheeney. Yeah, we're not getting into spoilers. So, at what point they knew about Meteran Hollow, and was there ever a discussion as to whether it should be fixed or not?
I think Meteran Hollow, I mean, it's in the bubble. It was discovered pretty early on, I think.
Right.
So yeah, I think they had the discussion quite a lot, and it comes back to the Stellar Forge, because if they change it, it would change a lot of other stuff. Yeah. And it's not as game-breaking as, say, the colliding worlds.
Yeah.
So I think it just they saw that the community likes it, and it's a mad place, so they kept it. And bug is it's definitely not planned to be like that. But what I gather is because it's one of these named systems with New Africa and Epsilon Indy, so it was in the previous games, and it was a special place, so it was handcrafted, so to speak. And it was simply, from what I gathered, was simply an error in entering the data. It's not a bug of the Stellar Forge itself, but some import
typo.
Or some guy, a typo basically. They messed up the decimal or something.
Oh, that's brilliant.
It's brilliant, and they kept it.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Oh, you gotta leave it in there. Yeah,
and
you gotta leave it.
If they ever fix it, I'm gonna quit Elite and I don't know.
Yeah.
So when am I gonna try? I've got to try this quite soon, because I'm really interested.
Just
everyone in chat, please. Everyone in chat, please don't spoil the uniqueness of Meteran Hollow, because Rheeney doesn't know. She's going to attempt to land on it.
Yeah, so just to fill anyone in on what's on this was a conversation
Rheeney's
that took place
third flight. This is
this conversation took place in Discord last night, and the long and short of it is that Rhee, who doesn't fly an enormous amount in Elite, she's got a DBX that she owns that she poots around in, but she's going to take my Type 9.
What am I taking? A Type 9?
Type 9, yeah. She's going to take my Type 9 and try and land on New Africa.
Why a Type 9?
Which is the moon of Meteran Hollow.
What?
Just because she's not flown one before, and
he thought it'd be funny.
Right.
Why not? What, you were saying something else then, Gormore?
So he's giving you a flying brick, a shed with engines.
No. Nothing wrong with the Type 9. Leave it there.
I like the Type 9s. They're nice.
She actually said to me yesterday, it's the ship in Elite. There are other ships in Elite. They can't be that different, can they? And I said, no, you're absolutely.
No. Well, ship's a ship. Planet's a planet, and we land.
A new Benny Hill episode. Yes. Oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
You've said these things before, Prime, and they've all turned out to be easy because I have the skills.
Yeah, you do. I mean, you did quite well on your previous Rheeney flies, and I've seen you fly your diamond bag and land your diamond bag and drive around in the SRV. So.
Why hide you landed? Wait, none of you said which way up I had to land.
No, that was never specifically stipulated. Was it? Andrew Perslow saying we should take bio waste as well. So yeah, we might have to fill the hold with bio waste, and then
Okay.
Are you gonna crap on my lawn?
And the Hammerman has got Buur sussed.
Yes, she flies better than Buur. I wish I had a really good argument against that.
I've seen Bird drive an SRV. Yeah, it's not
Drive's a
pretty. It's
strong
not
word.
pretty.
Drive.
It's not
You can
pretty.
take that back.
It's gonna be good. Yeah, we need to do Meter and Hollow soon. Because I'm
Absolutely.
curious.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
There's a mountain range named after you. You know, you could visit it.
Excellent.
There is. Yeah, there is, isn't there?
Does that involve taking the SRV out
Oh,
or
it's-
landing?
Love it. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Oh, good. You'll smash a T9 into it and break it, won't you? I'm sure it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
I'm sure it'll be. Yeah, you're right, Toves. I got the moon and the planet around the wrong way. Yeah.
Everman is asking, do you actually drive in real life or are you just using the public transport?
Yes, I do. I'm a pretty good driver, aren't I?
You're a very good driver.
I'm a
Well,
very good driver.
there's enough gravity here, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In real life, I'm a quite a steady and a very cautious driver, but I'm not, I'm not overly slow or anything like that. But yeah, I'm quite a good driver, I think. Yeah. But I've never in my long gaming history have I ever got on particularly well with driving games in any regard. It's just my
Weak spot.
The feedback isn't quite there, is it? Also, if you just look very closely to where I'm looking, you can see a very, very small lensing effect already. Sort of like the one you get from a black hole, just
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
it.
bit less pronounced.
Mm.
Oh yeah, there it goes. Yeah. Wow.
Yes, Tywin, I wouldn't drive in England. I've been to England. I wouldn't drive there. It's not about the driving on the wrong side of the road thing. Just generally. People in London, they were walking over, pedestrians were walking over red lights all the time, and nobody.
Yeah.
Traffic stopped for them.
Yeah.
Try that in Germany and see how far you get.
Yeah.
Would you get run over?
Yes, and sued after that.
Oh, okay.
Or
Yeah, driving in London is no fun at all.
No, you wouldn't
No.
want to drive in London.
Do you remember that we took a visit to London fairly recently, didn't we? We went to a convention in the East End of London fairly recently, and we used to live in London, but we've been living sort of out in the sticks for about 5 years or so, and we're back in London for the first significantly long time in that 5 years, and it was an incredible experience and brought you crashing back to earth again. And there was a guy who do you know who Jeremy Corbyn is? If I say Jeremy Corbyn, do you know who I'm talking about?
I think I've heard the name before. Yeah.
Okay, he's basically the leader of the opposition party over here. He's a man who looked at someone picked him up at a bus stop. He's really a really peculiar looking little man. And there was a guy who looked exactly like Jeremy Corbyn, gesticulating like a lunatic from his car at me, wasn't he? We were behind him, and he was getting slower. We were in really heavy traffic, and he was getting slower and slower and slower and slower and slower.
It's like welcome back to London.
Yeah, Lance Cunningham. Hello, mate. Is
Welcome to the stream.
London, it's like the Dodgems.
It is like the Dodgems. That's a good
It is,
analogy.
yeah.
So
Like the Dodgems with a lot more depth. Yeah, go on, mate.
we're closing in on the trinary.
We are.
Oh wow! I love moments like this in the league. This is incredible. You know you're heading towards something, and you're about to see a
Just
thing.
make it a little bit more pretty.
You bravely turn your orbit lines off.
Yeah, but again, neutron stars. You can try that because they don't have this huge exclusion zone that white dwarfs have.
You're just asking them to come out and bite you on the bum, aren't you? Honestly, this is just.
Yeah. Yes.
They're not so bad. It'll be fine, and they're
Yeah,
going,
it'll be
"Oh,
fine."
right, yeah.
And then one of these three will be a white dwarf or something, and I missed it. Yeah. Right, time to slow down a bit.
God, look what we're heading for.
Yeah,
It's fantastic, isn't it?
that's brilliant. You can really see the lensing now as well.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow, look at that. Oh, that is insane. Is it one of the really furious ones as well, where it's just going, wah!
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks like it's been drinking. Oh, it is as well. Look at that. It looks like it's been drinking coffee all day. Oh, look at
Oh my
that.
God, look at that.
Wow. Oh, that's just brilliant.
So is the lensing effect coming off those? There's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's those. Yeah, yeah. They're really massive. Is the word I want to use, but
Okay.
like, huge. You know what we were talking about yesterday? Like massive.
They're not huge. They are
Yeah.
very condensed.
Yeah.
Very
And
Okay,
that's what's
dense.
causing the. Yeah, I learned this. I did a bit of science last night in
Yeah.
the back
Ooh.
of meter.
Big
and
long
I
chat about gravity.
I heard about it. Yeah.
You were
We
impressed, weren't you?
might have to redefine what a loop of shame is, but
Yeah.
That's
I'm
amazing.
trying to get.
Put your orbit lines on because you're frightening the
Yeah.
life out of me.
No,
Yeah, don't do anything foolish.
I would never.
Foolish, 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 foolish. Sorry.
I'm very.
Yes,
if
that's
you
nice.
get
Yeah, that's an excellent opportunity to jump into third-person camera. Nothing dangerous there at all. There's no way this can possibly go badly. You should definitely try steering. Oh, he is as well. What are you doing,
Prime time.
What, Prime?
Don't
what?
distract him.
Very safe distance.
Hammerman's put it in good words, actually, saying they're not huge, but they do have a large
Yeah.
gravitational footprint.
Yeah,
I
that's a
liked
good
it. Gravitational footprint. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
And is Primetime got like any chance of going through that footprint? Why he's not looking?
There is definitely a chance. Yeah.
Excellent, good. Just so we're all clear.
I don't know if I don't know if Elite
But
works that
just
way.
to,
but
just to
the
be
three
clear,
of them
I'm
together
not
makes it.
supercharging off these. I'm not
Okay,
supercharging off these.
No.
Good.
I might be crazy, but I'm not stupid.
Gosh,
See?
amazing.
Yes, Tado, I believe it is. Yes. He's asking if it's the crux.
This is the crux, yeah. I originally wanted to go to Joe Eller's Fields, but apparently I'm incapable of using my bookmarks correctly.
It's our professionalism rubbing off.
Yeah,
on
it's
us.
rubbing off. Right, so
Amazing.
if you catch these at the right point in time, they actually the different cones actually form sort of a cross. We are a bit unlucky with this.
Okay.
But, okay. Anyway, I think we have streamed for 1 hour. We have arrived at the crux. I didn't want to go here, but
That was fun.
it's nice anyway. And we had lovely chat, and I think we'll do this again next month.
Looking forward
So,
to it already.
Look forward to it,
Wonderful.
mate. Yeah, that was brilliant fun. Thank you very much.
And English-German challenge is now game on.
It is. It will be a thing. Well, everybody, we had wonderful guests with Commander Buur,
Yay!
yay, and Commander Rheeney.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. You've been watching Primetime Casual. See you next time, and fly safe.
Night, gang.
Like this.